no matter the location. From O-A-K-L-A to L-V, I'm a Raider.
Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. We're coming at you here with some breaking news. The Las Vegas Raiders have gone out and traded for linebacker Denzel Perryman from the Carolina Panthers. We're going to be breaking down all the things that you need to know about this move and how it's going to impact the silver and black. But I do want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Magic Spoon. If you guys are looking for some healthy cereal, go to magicspoon.com/Raiders and save $5 off with promo code Raiders. That link is going to be available for you all in the comments and in the description. So Denzel Perryman, he is on his way to Las Vegas, and I'll be honest with you, really like this move here for the Raiders. You go out and you reignite Gus Bradley with a linebacker that has spent his first 6 seasons with the Los Angeles Chargers. So when I saw this news ended up coming down, I rushed to the studio really quick, and I was like, oh man, I got to go ahead and I got to break this one down. Now, what exactly does this mean for Nicholas Morrow, Javen White? Their injuries could be a little bit more severe, but overall, you're getting somebody that knows the Gus Bradley system and is a pretty damn good linebacker, an 83 overall grade last year, according to PFF. Sure, he played only about 300 snaps, and he's been up and down a little bit, but at the end of the day, if you can find somebody that knows your defense, I mean, let's face it, we're preseason week 3, y'all. This is actually a very good move for the Raiders. So when I saw Schefter throw out this tweet here, I was like, oh, shit, I just popped some chicken in the oven. I was getting ready to go. So, Schefty, if my chicken is burnt, it's on you, and you know where to find me, Mitchell Renz, 365. But the Panthers, they went out and they get Perryman, and it's a compensation of a 6th-round pick. Okay, so the Raiders, they're going to be ending up sending a 6th to the Carolina Panthers, and then the Raiders, they end up getting Perryman and a 7th. So this is the tweet from Schefter. This is the one where I was like, oh man, sorry babe, I got to put everything down. Raider Nation needs to know what's going on. So here's the trade that ended up happening. Again, Perryman and a 7th-round pick to Las Vegas. The Panthers get a 6th-round pick. So what do we do here at the Raiders Report? Not only do we keep you guys up to date on the latest news and rumors, so yes, you should subscribe. Click that link below. Or I want you guys to interact with me in the comments on this one. So type LV for Las Vegas, or I want you to type CAR for the Carolina Panthers. Who do you think won this trade? Now, I'm sure that there's going to be some Panther fans in the comments saying, oh, Carolina won this deal. I'm sorry. You're just 100% wrong. If all you're doing is swapping a 6th and a 7th round pick, give me a break. Break me off a piece of that. They're not a sponsor. But you know what I'm talking about. Like, Perriman's going to be a good fit with this team. So for that reason, the Raiders do win this deal. Now, I will say this. Perryman has already come out and said that he does not plan on getting vaccinated. So I'm going to go all the way back to July 30th, where there was a story around Sam Darnold with his vaccination, and Perryman was like, I understand all the implications. My plan is to not get vaccinated. My stand is like, well, if fans got to show up to Allegiant Stadium and they got to be vaccinated, it kind of makes it a little bit of a different situation with some players, so definitely something to monitor. So let's now take a look at Denzel Perryman's stats from last season. He had 48 tackles. He's a good sideline-to-sideline linebacker, can play middle linebacker, can play outside. 4 tackles for loss. He had a sack. He had a forced fumble. In terms of his stats and how they compared for a PFF grade, he had an overall grade again of 83.3, a run defense grade of 86.3, a pass rush grade of 75.6, and then an overall coverage grade of 74.1. For those of you that don't know what PFF is or how his grading system works, those are very good grades. So like, you're coming in, you're getting somebody again that knows this Gus Bradley system. One of the reasons why I was so excited about Casey Hayward was like, he's going to be able to be that player coach. And for the 29-year-old Perryman, that's exactly what you're going to get here. Obviously, I like this deal a lot. Obviously, I am very, very excited. But something that I am always excited about is hooking up Raider Nation. So if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, the deal that we got going on right now with Magic Spoon, it's magically delicious. That's all I'm going to say. If you guys don't know the hookup or the plug, if you can, go to magicspoon.com/Raiders and get your hands on a box of 4 cereal here from Magic Spoon. We're talking about 13 grams of protein, 4 grams of net carbs, 0 grams of sugar. Some of the bowls, 120, 130 calories per bowl. I mean, like, guys, this stuff is laughable. When I go to bed every single night, if I'm craving something, I mix up a nice little protein shake, use that as my milk, and then I just crush some cereal. Like, this stuff is almost too good to be true. They're so damn confident that you're going to absolutely love Magic Spoon. Guess what? 100% money back guarantee. So if you don't like the cereal, you can send it back. You got nothing to worry about. So seriously, take advantage of the deal. The link's in the comments. It's in the description. MagicSpoon.com/Raiders. If you guys want to know what my favorite flavors are, you can always hit me up. You know where to find me after all. So the Las Vegas Raiders, they went out and traded for Denzel Perryman. Right now, it's looking like Perryman is going to have a $2 million signing bonus. So as I am filming this, more and more information continues to be able to float in here. So it's going to be a $2 million signing bonus, but ultimately was not a good fit in Carolina. He's going to be able to come over here to Las Vegas. Now, what exactly does this mean for some other players? The biggest reason why Perryman was traded for today was because when Jon Gruden, when he went ahead and spoke, how do you spell Gruden? Throw that in the comments. When Gruden today came out and talked, he talked about two linebackers, Nicholas Morrow, Javen White. Both said that they plan to be out for quite a long time. Morrow right now is battling this ankle injury that he suffered in joint practices, Raiders, Rams. It's just another reason why I don't understand if you're not going to play your starters in a preseason game, why are you doing a joint practice? Sure, I get you want to have competition. Sure, I get that you want to be able to go up against other guys not on your team. But at the same time, it leads to injuries like this, and now you don't have somebody that was going to wear a green dot in his helmet, somebody that was going to be a captain on your defense. He's no longer going to play. Now, what's interesting is this. If they put him on the IR before August 31st, he's done for the year. That's Morrow. Now, if they wait until after August 31st, that's the 53-man roster cut date, then he can hopefully come back. The Raiders will wait until after the 53-man cut date if they believe he has any chance whatsoever of returning this season. It does sound like good news, though, here for Javen White. Originally, White fell down in the third quarter of the preseason game up against the Rams, really holding his knee, which is obviously a scary thing. You never want to be able to see that. He was helped off the field by his teammates, walked to the medical tent. He had a towel over his head, and then shortly after being in that tent, the cart came out and he left bawling his eyes out. The good news, he did not tear an ACL. The bad news is it does sound like he's got some sort of MCL issue. This usually can take up to 6 to 8 weeks. It can be even longer, obviously, because then you got to get back into football shape. The good news is, though, White does not sound like he is going to miss the whole season, but that also does not mean that he is going to make the 53-man roster. He was a player on the bubble, despite him being a winner after the first preseason game. So here, guys, we're breaking all of this stuff down on the Raiders Report. If you guys could, please go ahead and subscribe. We're keeping you guys up to date all the time on the latest news, on the latest rumors. I mean, it's what, 8? It's like 8 o'clock here at the Chat Sports Studios. I came in, I said, screw my dinner. I wanted to be able to give you guys updates, and that's something that I very much predicate myself on. So if you're a diehard Raider fan, if you bleed silver and black, go ahead and subscribe. Now, let's look at the Raiders' linebacking depth chart, and I don't know, I'm just realizing this. Tanner Muse needs to get a serious tan. He looks almost like a ghost in this picture. But you go out, you insert Perriman. He's going to be able to play middle linebacker. He can also play outside linebacker as well. When you talk about Raiders linebackings, I mean, they could go a lot of different ways here. You're going to have Littleton. He needs to step up. Nick Kwiatkowski, he needs to go ahead and step up as well. But I do like the move of Denzel Perryman here on the Raiders linebacking team. So what do y'all think here? Do the Raiders need another linebacker? Go down in the comments section right now. And you can go ahead and type your Y for yes, or you can go ahead and type your N for no. Earlier in the week, the Raiders had a potential visit with Mark Barron. I don't know exactly how that one went down since they didn't sign him. I can't imagine that it was all that great. And then the Raiders actually had a workout today, and I'm going to try to pronounce the name right. Patrick Owasso. He's very much so below average linebacker, so I'm okay with them not going out and getting him. But seriously, let me know. Do the Raiders need another linebacker? Y for yes, or go down in the comments and type N for no. If the Raiders do go out and get another player, maybe it's KJ Wright. If KJ Wright signs with the Raiders, I'm coming on here and I'm going live, and we're going to try to turn this into a Kenyon Drake and mother effer. If you don't know what that means, it means I went live for Kenyon Drake. We did like $3,600 in super chats. I was live for 6 hours, and I had to literally carry myself out of here because I was so drunk because we were just partying, having a good time. The bottom line is this. You will not find another YouTube channel around the Las Vegas Raiders that does what we do. And to make sure that you don't miss anything, go ahead and subscribe. So what about some other moves that I was kind of just talking about here? Mark Barron did not play in 2020. He's kind of been bouncing around the NFL. He was a first-round pick back in 2012, a seventh-rounder. I mean, the number one linebacker that I've been sitting here pounding my freaking hand on the table for is like, why not go out and get KJ Wright? this move by Denzel Perryman, this actually tells me that I don't really anticipate them going out and adding Wright, simply because one of the reasons why I wanted KJ was because he knew the Gus Bradley defense. However, it seemed like he was a little bit too expensive. So if you want to go ahead and get a Plan B version, now I don't expect everyone to use Plan B. I'm not saying you need to, not a sponsor. But if you needed to go out and get a Plan B version of KJ Wright, sorry, Denzel, that's kind of what you're looking at here with this type of move. So they're not going to go out now, I anticipate, and get KJ Wright. You have Denzel Perryman. He's going to be able to insert himself to this defense, but you only had to give up a 6th-round pick. You also got a 7th-round pick in return. His $2 million signing bonus, I really like this move here by the Raiders. It just seemed like he was a bad fit in Carolina. He wasn't 100% happy. The coaching staff wasn't happy with him. But again, something that we are going to have to monitor very, very closely is whether or not Perriman is going to get his vaccine. It is an issue here with this Raiders team. I know Las Vegas wants to have all of their players vaccinated. I mean, most NFL teams do, but Perriman has already come out and said that he does not plan on doing that. Now, that statement was made at the end of July. Maybe his mind has shifted, but according to the last thing that he's ever said about vaccines, he does not plan on going ahead and getting them. Now, if you guys made it this far in the video, just know that I appreciate you. I came in here and I tried to give you guys as much information as I could. I also want to give a special shout out to the entire Chat Sports team for helping put this one together. Sam's not even in the office. In fact, I'm here by myself. He is producing this show from his home. Like, think about that. He hopped on a computer, climbed into another computer, and he's producing that just so you guys can get content. That's the type of shit that we do around here. So go ahead, make sure you subscribe, and if you want to give Sam some love, message him on Twitter, give him a follow at Sam Brown CS. Is that it, Sam, right? Sam Brown CS? We're talking on the phone right now. That's it. Yeah, go give him some love on Twitter at Sam Brown CS. And he's one of the guys that does a lot of work around here. So Denzel Perryman, the newest member of the Las Vegas Raiders, after the team went ahead and traded for him, they reunite him with Gus Bradley to hopefully just patch up this linebacking unit a little more. If you're excited about the move, go ahead, like the video. I'm going to go eat some chicken.